You're watching Comcast Cable Channel 27, Hunterdon Central Television. Your school, your station.
Hello everyone and welcome to Alumni Field at Kean University, home of the Kean Cougars for Hunterdon Central Television. I'm Lorenzo Scala here with Fernando Rodriguez as we bring you New Jersey Group 4, the finals for girls varsity soccer, as your Hunterdon Central Red Devils prepare to take on the Ridge Red Devils. Hunterdon Central comes in with a record of 21-1 with one of the most explosive offenses in the state, and Ridge with a record of 14-4-1, but do not be deceived by that record. They're playing one of the best defensive I've ever seen. They've only given up 13 goals this season. Now, Fernando, how did these teams get to this point?
Well, so far, Hunterdon Central, they beat Trenton in their first round in the group, in their Central Group section. Then they beat Princeton 5-2. Princeton, such a well-built team, just taking them out 5-2. Then they beat Coltsnick in the semifinals 4-1. And then finally in the final, they beat Freehold Township 2-0. Now Ridge, they had a different approach coming here to the final. First, they beat Linden 7-0. Then they beat Bridgewater Raritan 1-0. Bridgewater Raritan, such a great team. Then they beat Westfield in penalties, who was seeded first. Then in the finals, they also beat Scotch Plains Fanwood, which was also, they were co-champions last year. Now in this group championship, Ridge beat Livingston 2-0. Hunterdon Central beat Toms River North 4-0. So now, Lorenzo, what do you think the outcome of this game is going to be? Because we know Hunterdon Central, they lost their first game 1-0 against Ridge. And then we know both of these teams have grown. Ridge was ranked 3rd when they played. Hunterdon Central was ranked 7th now in the state. Now Hunterdon Central is ranked 1st in the state. And then Bridgewater Raritan is ranked 3rd.
And seeing that game starting all the way back, that season opener, Hunterdon Central, they have not lost a game since, and they're motivated. This is a revenge game for them. And Ridge, they had some ups and downs throughout the season. They had that win against Central, things looked smooth, and then the very next game, they got upset by Watchung Hills. I think what Hunterdon Central did, they really changed up the offensive and defense. They used to have Sarah Hazel, the midfielder. She used to come up and play more offense. They dropped her back and played defense, and that has worked fantastically, because this offense, they had so many options and weapons that they really didn't need Sarah Hazard up there to score, because they have Luciana Sulo, Karina Sulo, Bree Pavel. So now you put an extra player back on defense, it only works out for the best. And Ridge are really going to rely on their defense. But in this state tournament, they had a 200-minute spree where they did not score a single goal. We're seeing that last game, they had 2 goals. I believe this is going to be a tightly played game, but I'm going to give it to Hunterdon Central, the offense edging it out 2-1.
Yes, and Hunterdon Central doing such a great job. Mackenzie Mullins, she used to play that center attacking midfielder position. Coach Calhoun decided to put her up top. Now she's got 15 goals this season. Karina Zulo also has 15 goals up there, paired up with her sister who's got 14 goals. Hunterdon Central is just a high-scoring team compared to Ridge. Ridge, they've got lower stats. Lorenzo, tell me a little bit about Ridge's players.
Well, the big thing we like at Ridge compared to Central is that Ridge, they do not have a single player in double-digit goals or assists. As we know, Hunterdon Central, Luciana Sulos, she has 15 goals and 18 assists. But really, Hunterdon Central, they can't sleep on this offense. They have so many great weapons here at Ridge, and one of them, Sam Whitehurst, the junior, she's already committed to Lehigh Valley, and she's a player that, if she gets that ball, she has an explosive ability to weave between defenders and get that ball in the back of the net.
Yes, and both of these teams fighting so hard right now, just the captains talking to each other. We've got Hunterdon Central just talking over there, and then we see something a lot in high school soccer. All these teams, they've got such well-built chemistry. All of these players, they've got classes together. They've played growing up together. And right here, a high school championship, that would be a dream, just to win it with all of your friends.
As you know, Ridge, last year, they made it to the championship, and they became co-champions with Freehold Township. And that just leaves a bitter taste in your mouth. You get all the way to the finals, and it ends in a tie. You know they're going to try to get a victory here today. But just to note of just about how strong these two teams are, the Ridge, they have 4 players already committed to D1 schools. Hunterdon Central, they have 4. One of them has been out with injury the entire year, but still, that just goes to show the talent that comes through Hunterdon Central.
Yes, and Ridge, they've also had 12 shutouts this season. So it's going to be fun to watch a very defensive team go up against a very offensive team. So it's basically defense versus offense, and usually offense comes out winning in the end. But if Ridge play it smart, they can get some counterattacks, which end up in goals.
But the biggest problem for their offense, in 13 times this season, they scored 1 or fewer goals. And against this Hunterdon Central's defense, you can always bank on them at least giving up 2 goals. They actually average 3.4 goals a game.
Yes, now Ridge taking the field.
Now, Fernando, I'm going to give you a hard question. Which player for Hunterdon Central do you think is going to have the biggest impact in this game? I know it's a hard question. There's a lot of options to choose from.
I'm going to have to go with the senior, Luciana Zullo. Luciana Zullo, just a well-built player. She's got that full ride to South Carolina. Yes, her sister is up there on the stat sheet, but Luciana Zullo, she's got the experience in previous games right now. When it comes to state games, she knows how to manage those. She knows how to control her emotions, and she's going to be that player in the end. She's going to be making every little step we've seen in previous games and interviews. She's like, I worked so hard, my legs felt like jello at the end of the game. Right here, her legs are going to feel like jello at the end too. She's just going to go all out on attack.
And Luciana Zullo, she has been red hot in these last 4 tournament games. She has come up with 6 goals, and she has willed Hunterdon Central into this finals.
Now Hunterdon Central taking the field. Now the Ridge Red Devils will be kicking off the game today.
I see the Ridge players just waiting for this whistle to kick off this tournament. Now, just a note change from the regular season to the tournament play. There's 40-minute halves. Usually we see extra time added on for the final 2 minutes, but it's just a straight 40 minutes, and this game is underway.
Yes, and at the end of this game, if it does end up being a tie after extra time, it will be a co-championship. And we know the Red Devils, they fought so hard this season. None of these teams want to go into a co-championship. Ridge, they were a co-champion last year. They don't want it. And then Hunterdon Central, they just want revenge right here in the finals.
But we look at the difference between Ridge last year to this year. That Ridge last year team, they went undefeated, but the offense was so much better last year. Last year, they scored 20 more goals than they did this year, but Ridge defense able to carry them into this final.
Now ball falls to Samantha Senator, playing it up to Shea Seifert. Karina Zullo getting to the ball. And now Ridge kick it out of bounds for Red Devils throw-in. Or excuse me, Hunterdon Central.
We have to make sure to try not to get that confused. As we know, both of these teams are the Red Devils.
Now Karina Zullo hustling for that ball. And now it's Anna Hess. Now right here, this is going to be an interesting game, and this is going to be fought to the last second. Ball goes out of bounds. Miscommunication there by the Ridge Red Devils. And it's going to be a throw-in for Hunterdon Central.
And now see Luciana Zullo, such a strong offensive attack. Now we see attacking on defense, forcing a miscommunication there.
Now foul here. Ref's going to award in favor of Hunterdon Central. Luciana Zullo getting taken out.
I see Bree Pavel, she's going to be handling this free kick. I know Pavel, she has such a great leg. I wouldn't be surprised to see her try to go for a shot here. See the goalie, she's cheating. She's cheating there right now, coming out to the left half of the goal.
Right now, they got to watch out for Karina Zullo. Decides to take that shot, and it goes out wide.
Not much sure if you're able to hear it on the mic. We hear some of the fans get excited. They didn't realize that ball went to the side of the post instead of in. But that's what you have to do if you want to catch this Ridge defense off guard. You have to be aggressive. You have to take these outside shots.
Now Hunterdon Central with the ball again, and it falls to Karina Zullo. Karina Zulo trying to cut, and great job by Ridge to resist.
I'd say it's going to be a throw in here for Ridge. Handling this is going to be Caitlin Madden.
Now flick up, and it's going to fall back to Bree Pavel. Now it's Karina Zulo with the ball again. Tries to take a heavy touch, but number 6, Caitlin Madden, just too much for her.
And so she thought she might be able to outrun Madden on that play, unable to get there, but Madden, she knows Karina's such a threat, decided to kick that out of bounds. Honestly, we were talking about earlier in the game how Hunterdon Central was keeping Sarah Hazard back on defense. We see here, they know Ridge, such a great defensive team, they're going to move Sarah Hazard up on offense to start off this half.
And it's going to seem like Sarah Hazard, she's going to be that player that's going to be moving up and down the field. And it seems like she's going to get tired out. Right there, Shea Safer winning the foul for Hunterdon Central.
See, her aggression is rewarded, able to get up there and draw that foul. And Bree Pavel's going to be handling this free kick from about the 44-yard line.
Now ball intended for Luciana Zulo out wide. Luciana getting to that ball, decides to cut back. Ridge doing a great job on defense, and as I mentioned earlier, this is going to be interesting on Ridge's side. Ridge, such a defensive team, and they're going to be looking for those counterattacks to score against the Red Devils.
But it's going to be so hard trying to get counterattacks when you have players like Noelle Golden and Bree Pavel back on defense. But I will say, if there's one weak link that I can pull out of this Central team, I would put it on the goalie. As you know, Ava Gillikin, she's only a sophomore. And we saw in the beginning of the year, it was Sarah Collodi actually started against Ridge. She gave up 1 goal, and through the first 6 games she played, Ava Gillikin came in. They haven't lost a game since. So you have to give that to Ava Gillikin. She has a perfect track record so far on this varsity team.
Yes, and part of that, you can thank it to the Red Devils, or the Central's defense, but Gillikin, sometimes she's got all those outstanding saves, but sometimes she has those small little mistakes that could cost her.
In a game like this, you're not going to have many opportunities to score, and you do not want to try to make a mistake.
And right here in the finals, you do not want to let up a mistake against Ridge, because Ridge, they're such a solid team, and they can take advantage of every little mistake Central does.
And Ridge, most important, they average 11 shots on goals. They get a lot of good looks at the goal. Now see Caitlin Madden able to juke out Senator on the left side.
Madden cutting in, decides to play it through, and Shea Safer with the clearance. Madden doing a great job showing skill, getting past 2 players. Now Mackenzie Mullins falling down to the ground, and it's Sarah Hazard with the final clearance.
Now see Madden's going to be handling this throw-in.
Now Samantha Senator. Great job by Karina Zulo, keeping it inbound, but Ridge recovering again. Now, Ridge doing a great job maintaining possession. Ref's going to blow a whistle in favor of Hunterdon Central.
And we saw Ridge just trying to body Luciana Zulo off the ball, getting too aggressive, laying a shoulder down. That's going to be a foul.
Now, Hunterdon Central looking to maybe build an attack off this set piece, but Ridge again recovering the ball.
As we know, Hunterdon Central, they love to get out to that early lead and put the pressure on the opposing team.
And Mackenzie Mullins unable to control the ball, and now it's Ridge. Now Ridge right here, number 4, Caitlin LaFay, just giving an easy pass over to Ava Gillikin. Now that's not gonna be a problem for Gillikin.
But we saw the Ridge, they look dangerous on attack, looked like they're gonna have a clear shot at the goal. Good hustle there by that back line, able to get back.
And so far in these first couple minutes, just Ridge dominating in possession. Jay Safert going up for the header, and it's going to be Hunterdon Central's free kick.
I've seen so far in this game a lot of these fouls favoring in Hunterdon Central, and they have to be loving that, giving Pre-Pavel to set up for a free kick. She has such a great leg, able to put this ball deep.
Now it's going to be Amanda Cox with the ball. Go, and then Chase Safert fighting against her. Now ball to Luciana Zulo. Zulo moving up with the ball quickly. Zulo barely getting through, floats in across, and just too far for her sister Karina Zulo.
And you saw the pressure there coming from Ridge's defense. Luciana had to get that ball out. But I will say, one of the biggest things that have grown from Luciana from last year to this year is her vision. She's able to take on these defenders but still have an eye on the entire field. And last year she had 8 assists. This year brought that number up to 18.
Now header just too high for Mackenzie Mullins.
Mullins, another player that have been red hot coming to this tournament. She's scored 6 goals in the last 6 games.
Great job by Caitlin Adams to get away from the player creating space. Now it's Ridge on the attack again.
I see trying to find a through ball here for Madden. It's going to be an easy ball for Bree Pavel.
Yes, and Julia Lindsay just trying to filter that ball through Hunterdon Central's defense. Now Ridge with possession again. Hunterdon Central just leaving gaps here. Beautiful cross put in, and Hannah Merlo is going to get to that, and it's going to be a corner kick for the Ridge Red Devils.
And we were highlighting throughout the season Ridge's offensive struggles, but in this first 10 minutes, it's been all Ridge on offense, getting great looks at the goal, opportunities, and now setting up for a corner kick
is Anna Hess. Now Anna Hess, she's got quite an amount of assists so far this season. Now Ridge just crowding the keeper here. Hess with a cross. Number 15 left wide open. Hunterdon Central not keeping an eye out on Sam Wayrouch.
And Wright, such a great player. She's committed to Lehigh Valley. She had a wide open look at that goal for the header, just hit it out of bounds. Another lucky break for Hunterdon Central.
Now Hunterdon Central, just based on what I've seen so far, they got to be tighter on defense. Right there, they left Sam Wayrouch just wide open on that corner kick. And if you give her another try like that again, she's going to end up converting.
I think this might have to do something with, this is the finals. You're playing at Kean University. The emotions, the nerves that you have, it takes you a few minutes to get settled in.
Now Central trying to play it quick, and the ref is going to call it back. Now ball for Hannah Merlo. Merlo trying to play a ball in towards Mackenzie Mullins, and now Ridge is going to be on the attack again. And Bree Pavel just biting the meal too quick right there. Beautiful cross played in. Great job by Samantha Senator to clear it. Now Hunterdon Central's defense will be tested here today.
And seeing this is unusual. Usually we see in these first 10-15 minutes, Hunterdon Central, they control time of possession with the ball, but now we see their defense backs against the wall for the majority of this first half.
Now it's going to be a throw-in here again for the Ridge Red Devils. Now Pavel playing that ball up towards Luciana. Through a ball intended for Karina Zulo, cut out by number 4, Allie Friedman. Decides to take a shot, and then it's going to be another easy one for Ava Gillikin.
And now that's Ridge's 3rd shot at the goal. In the semifinals, Hunterdon Central did not allow Freehold Township to take a shot until the 63rd minute of that game.
Now another long ball. And just the pace from Andrea Ramirez is just beating on Hunterdon Central. Now this game is basically going to be Andrea Ramirez versus Hannah Merlo. Both of these players, Hannah Merlo is such a great defensive player, and Andrea Ramirez just very physical, very pacey, and she's going to be putting in those crosses for the Ridge Red Devils.
And one of the biggest players to look out for those crosses is going to be Anna Hess. She leads the team with goals with 7 on the year. But also look out for Molly Mahoney. She has 6.
Now Anna Hess with the ball. Great job by Samantha Senador to cut off that cross. And it's going to be another corner kick here for the Ridge Red Devils. Now Hunterdon Central, as I mentioned earlier, they gotta watch out for these players. It seems like Ridge has a different set piece plan for this corner kick. Great job by Sarah Hazard to clear that.
And in the first game of the year, Ava Gillikin, she did not face Ridge. So this is her first time going up against this offense. And she's being tested early on.
Cross by Andrea Ramirez right there. Now Hunterdon Central overwhelmed here by Ridge. It seems like Hunterdon Central cannot get past that midfield line. Now it's Karina Zulo again with the ball, tries to play in a ball towards Mackenzie Mullins. Now Hunterdon Central looking forward to stay on this ball right now. They need possession just to build up on their confidence. Long throw in by Samantha Senator. And now it's going to be a ball for Ridge again. Long ball played there.
I know we're talking about what a great defense Ridge is, but we also cannot sleep on this Hunterdon Central defense. They had 10 shutouts of their own this year.
And Hunterdon Central just doing a great job. They just, in the beginning of the game, they just go on all-out attack and they get in front. Right there, Karina Zulo, great play, plays it up to Mackenzie Mullins. Mullins plays a cross out to Luciana Zulo. Zulo doing a great job flicking that ball. Tries to take a shot and rejected.
And great defense there by Maddie Liu, able to knock that shot by Luciana Zulo out.
Great job there. Luciana Zulo just flicking up that ball, and then, but Ridge's defense just keen on her.
So you try and get this throw in here to Sarah Hazard. Hazard unable to get the shot off clean, but it's going to be deflected by Ridge out of bounds. So Hunterdon Central is going to be setting up for the corner kick. And Hannah Merlo is going to be setting up for the corner. She's done a great job setting teams up, setting up teammates with crosses off corners.
Merlo puts in the cross, and it's in the back of the net for the Red Devils here. And I'm not too sure if that was an Olympic goal right there, just from the corner. The wind helping out Hannah Merlo, or if Hunterdon Central got a head on that.
I don't know, the refs are talking this over. They're going to blow away they're taking away the goal. They're saying that Karina Zulo is offside, I believe.
Well, on a corner kick, there is no offside because putting in the corner front it was Hannah Merlo. She was right on the line. So I'm not quite too sure what happened there. Maybe just because it was an Olympic goal, just being scored from the corner, that's why it didn't count.
And that is simply amazing. Ridge getting the break of the game so far.
Now Ridge are going to be a little bit more careful now, giving those corners away. Now Luciana Zulo trying to flick the ball over. And Mackenzie Mullins is going to end up winning that header. And cleared by Bridgewater Raritan. Sam Wayrouch. great thinking right there, just clearing that ball. She saw she had Luciana Zulo and Mackenzie Mullins on top of her. She knew there was no way she could get rid of that ball except for clearing it.
Now we have our first substitution of the game. Checking out of the game is number 29, Shay Seyfert, and coming in is number 11, Kylie Rozier.
Oh, beautiful cross played in by Luciana.
Number 19, for Ridge, Molly Mahoney.
Now also both of these teams just making changes, and this is what we see from coaches. Sometimes the games are won by these small changes that coaches make throughout the game. Now Luciana Zulo trying to dribble through, clear foul, and it is going to go in favor of Hunterdon Central. Now Luciana Zulo, you see that skill right there, but I do believe she should be careful, because if she gets injured in this game, Hunterdon Central are going to miss an important player.
All right, and soccer, it's such a team sport, but there's moments where players can just individually take over that game, and we don't see that skill set in a lot of players. I believe Luciana Zulo has it. Now, Bree Pavel's going to be setting up for this free kick. In the last game against Freehold Township, she scored the second goal of the game from this exact spot.
And Bree Pavel, we don't know if she's going to take a shot. Maybe she'll throw off Ridge, because Ridge, you know, they've been doing their research, and they know that she likes taking these free kicks.
Bree Pavel with the free kick, and she's going to be taking a shot for the top. She gets it in!
Bree Pavel putting it in the back of the net here for the Red Devils, the Hunterdon Central Red Devils. Great shot right there, just putting it upper 90 in the top left corner.
And so they were talking about, and Ridge, they knew it was coming, they just could not defend it, because that was a perfect shot by Bree Pavel. She put it in the top right corner. The goalie had absolutely no chance to get out there and deflect that.
Now, so far from the beginning of this game, I thought you said Hunterdon Central was going to win, and I agreed with you. And then Ridge was just dominating in possession, just getting shots on Hunterdon Central. But then Hunterdon Central just coming out from the blue. That free kick won by Luciana Zulo in such a key spot.
I know, it's like I've been saying, it's about these opportunities. And Hunterdon Central, that was their first big opportunity, able to capitalize. Ridge, they had some nice shots, unable to capitalize on those. I think that's what it's going to come down to.
Now Samantha Senator putting in the throw-in for Kylie Rossler. Amanda Cox unable to control the ball inbound. And it seems like it's still in play here. Ball right on the line, both players unsure. Now Caitlin Madden here again, and she's got a bit of skill right there, just weaving through two players, but Noelle Golan clearing the ball in the end. Now ball falls to Mackenzie Mullins, playing it out to Kylie Rossler, or excuse me, Sarah Hazard. Now ball goes over the top of the Ridge defense. Luciana Zulo, great pressure there, and forcing Ridge to clear the ball for a Hunterdon Central throw-in.
And good play there by Erin Keefe. She knew Luciana Zulo was right behind her. You just want to clear that ball away as fast as you can. Now, Erin Keefe, she's a player who has her family has some history with Ridge. She had two older sisters play for Ridge. Or my apologies, one older sister played for Ridge, Shannon Keefe. She now plays for Boston University.
A long ball played there, and it's going to fall to Mullins. Sarah Hazard trying to play that ball through, going nowhere. Just turning over possession to the Ridge Red Devils. Now 19 minutes left in this first half, and we've seen Hunterdon Central they're getting beat on possession, but Hunterdon Central are creating more dangerous opportunities.
I think for this defense, I think they really needed that goal, because as you were saying, the Ridge, they were just controlling possession of the ball. They were having shot after shot on the goal. It looks like Hunterdon Central were getting beat early on, but that goal, it's going to be a huge confidence booster.
Yes, and as you said, just that confidence booster right there by Hunterdon Central. Bree Pavel just putting that goal in the back of the net, and now Hunterdon Central, they're not going to be as afraid on that ball. Now Sarah Hazard with the header. Now Mullins playing it back to Kylie Rossler. Rossler doing a great job pulling back. Now it's Safer. Safer trying to get through, and Samantha Senator.
And Safer, she has to be aware that Amanda Cox, she's going to be playing back, so you can't have that safety option to pass that ball back to your back line.
Now Anna Hess trying to turn around, and it will be a throw-in for the Red Devils. Or excuse me, the Hunterdon Central Red Devils. And this is something I'm going to have trouble with here today. Just both of these Red Devils. And it seems like this is also going to go towards bragging rights. Who's going to be the better of these two Red Devil teams? Now Noelle Golden falling back.
So it's going to be a goal kick here for Hunterdon Central. And we've seen in these last few games that they opt to have Bree Pavel handle these goal kicks.
Yes, and Pavel, she's got such a powerful leg. You saw just her whipping in that beautiful goal from the free kick. Now it's Molly Mahoney playing in a low cross cut out by Shea Safer. Now Hunterdon Central, and now it's Mackenzie Mullins, handball called here by the ref.
As you know, we're looking at the rule book earlier. It covers, the handball covers from any part from the arm up to the shoulders.
Yes, just from the tip of the finger up to the shoulders is a handball. But sometimes refs do let handball slide just because they're so close to the body, it would have no effect at all, even if it did hit off the arm. No, great header by Shea Safer. Now you can see Ridge's players just staying up top, and they want to get back into this game. They want to get one on the scoreboard to tie the game up. Ball played here, and it's going to be a race between Samantha Senator and Anna Hess. And great job by Senator, and it's going to be a throw-in for the Ridge Red Devils.
That's going to be Erin Keefe with the throw-in for Ridge. Actually, my apologies. That's going to be number 19, Molly Mahoney.
A nice long throw-in by Mahoney. And Anna Hess just hitting it off the volley, going out wide.
And you saw there just a slip up by Bree Pavel, trying to clear that ball away, set up a shot off the volley. The wind just carried it out of bounds, also a little bit off. But if they're able to just bring that ball a little bit more inside, we saw that Ava Gillikin was too far to the right to defend it.
Now coming on will be Dana Flood and Caitlin Adams for Kylie Rossler and Karina Zulo. Now Coach Calhoun is going to give Karina Zulo a bit of a break. She's seen that Zulo's been having a hard time on that right wing.
Now see foul here going against Hunterdon Central. It's going to be free kick here now, handled by Erin Keefe.
Nice long free kick there by Keefe, and this is something Hunterdon Central is going to have to look out for. Now Hunterdon Central on the attack. Luciana Zulo putting in a beautiful ball towards Mackenzie Mullins, who lets it slide.
A good header there by Sarah Hazard, just unable to find a Hunterdon Central foot.
Now it's Ridge with the ball again. Great job by Noelle Golden.
And Golden playing very far up on that play. Great job able to clear that ball.
And Noelle Golden just does a great job reading the game, and she knew she had to move up to clear that ball away. Now ball on the feet of Luciana Zulo again. Luciana Zulo doing a great job just taking on the Ridge defenders, and now it's going to be Dana Flood. Flood taking a heavy touch, still fighting for that ball against Caitlin Madden.
I see some miscommunication there. Chase Safer able to pass the ball back around to Senator.
Now Hunterdon Central having a little bit of trouble getting the ball out from the back.
And these Ridge Red Devils, they're pressuring that ball on the back line. So in most games here, this ball goes to the back line. It's more of a safety net for teams. But Ridge, the way they're attacking, it was really not allowing Hunterdon Central any comfortable spots on the field.
And Hunterdon Central right now, after that one goal, that confidence booster, they have been on the ball a little bit more. And right now, they've just been coming out with attack after attack. Chase Safert flicking that ball up. That's going to be Maddie Louie with the throw-in. Or excuse me, it's going to be Louie with the free kick.
And as you were saying, Karina Sulo coming out. Luciana's going to stay on. And that's Coach Calhoun's philosophy. You always want one Sulo on the field at a time.
And right now with Karina Zulo coming into high school, she's going to have a nice replacement for Luciana Zulo.
I think that's be one of the craziest things happen to Karina Sulo. 3 months ago, you're starting your first day at high school. 3 months later, you're starting in a Group 4 finals.
And Karina Zulo, such a talented player. And you just see this from the stats. All these goals she's had this season, all these assists. And you see her, when you see her play, she makes a huge impact, opening space, making runs. And all of this just adds up to create a huge, amazing player. Now it's going to be Keefe with the free kick. Decides to take a shot. Now it's going to be Ava Gillikin with the punt. Now Dana Flood getting to that ball. That's Noelle Golden. Sarah Hazard again with the ball. Now Luciana Zulo just way more confident, and you've been seeing a lot more from her. She was getting shut down in the first couple minutes of the game. Now she's got a little bit more confident, and she already knows how to read these defenders and get past them. It's going to be a substitution here from Ridge and Hunterdon Central. Karina Zulo checking back in onto the field, and checking on is Catherine Aragon for the Ridge Red Devils.
So Luciana, she's going to be getting a breather, and it is well deserved. She's done a great job helping this team and helping set up that free kick for Bree Havel to eventually score the goal.
Now the Ridge Red Devils, their fans just going crazy over there. They want to get them hyped up. They want to get back into this game with just 10 minutes left in this first half.
It'll be the goal kick from Bree Pavel.
That's going to be Karina Zulo. Now Karina Zulo is going to be playing on that left wing. Karina Zulo playing a ball up top towards Mackenzie Mullins. Now Ridge are going to be building an attack. And right now they've got fresh legs on the wing, and great job by Samantha Senator to clear that ball.
See, as we were saying, Ridge, they throw in these fresh legs, trying to take advantage of players who've been in this entire game, like Samantha Senator and Noelle Golding. But they show no signs of being tired after playing 30 minutes in this first half.
Now Noelle Golding getting to that ball, plays it out wide to Senator. And this is something that all players know. You're not going to want to clear that ball, especially right into the middle of the field. Hunterdon Central just getting lucky to recover that ball again.
I see Karina Sulo is going to handle this and she's going to try to get this off quickly.
Now Mullins with the ball. Mullins just waiting for a chance right here. Sarah Hazard on the ball, takes a shot from out wide, and she scores! Oh my God, that is a golazo right there. Just what a goal from out wide.
And Sarah has her. She saw she had that opening. It doesn't matter. She's 30 yards out. She's able to put that in the top left corner. I don't know the goalie for Ridge. She has me wondering, what can I do to stop these Hunterdon Central attack? They put it in the top right. I can't reach it. They put it in the top left. I can't reach it there.
Now, great job to take that shot. Now the Hunterdon Central Red Devils just converting off these beautiful goals in this final. Now the Ridge Red Devils down 2-0 in the first half. Now the Ridge Red Devils will be trying to get back into this game. It's going to be a foul, and it's going to be in favor of Hunterdon Central. Shea Seyfert with the ball. Now it seems like Ridge are still not going to give up. They're not going to let those psychological effects get to them yet.
Point. They still have 47 minutes soccer left to play. There's still plenty of time for them to get back into this game. As we saw earlier on, they had opportunity to score, just unable to convert.
Now beautiful ball played by Shea Seyfert out wide. Ball too high for Mackenzie Mullins, and Dana Flood playing it back in towards Mullins. Now it's going to be Hunterdon Central again on the ball. Shea Seyfert just taking out Amanda Cox. It's going to be a throw-in for the Hunterdon Central Red Devils. And it seems like Luciana Zulo is going to check back in soon. Ref holding the play, and it will be a substitution. Luciana Zulo is going to come on for Mackenzie Mullins. And something I've noticed here from Coach Calhoun is she's got a nice way of rotating her offense. Right there, she takes off Karina Zulo, then she takes off Luciana, and finally she's going to take off Mackenzie Mullins. She's got a nice way of just cycling through them to keep them all fresh. Now it's going to be a goal kick.
And Coach Calhoun, she's been the head coach of the soccer team for the last 6 years. She has an overall record of 102 wins, 51 losses, and 4 ties.
Karina Zulo getting beat off the ball. And it's going to be a corner kick. Now Hunterdon Central converting on that other corner earlier, and it seems like it didn't count just because there were so many players crowding the keeper. Zulo playing a high ball here, and right there, Ridge Red Devil is just super lucky that they didn't let Bree Pavel get to that ball. Now Hunterdon Central with the ball. Luciana Zulo unable to keep the ball inbounds. Now Lorenzo, do you think that the Ridge Red Devils will be able to end up tying the game?
I believe against a defense that styles our Hunterdon Central Red Devils, it's definitely an uphill battle, but I wouldn't count them out yet. They're defending champs for a reason. We're defending co-champs because of that tie last year.
Now, great job here by Hunterdon Central recovering that ball, but just turning it over.
You saw it looked like Center Tarthart, Dana Flood was going to move out to the right wing. Or my apologies, going to continue moving down, but Flood moved down to the right wing.
Now Dana Flood with the ball. And it's going to be a foul in favor of the Hunterdon Central Red Devils. Now, Ridge fans very upset with the ref, but clearly right there you saw just number 6, Caitlin Madden, just stomping on Dana Flood's foot as she was making the pass. It's going to be Bree Pavel with the free kick. Beautiful ball played into the box.
And taking her free kick from that ball, able to set that cross up into the box from that distance. It does a great job, but also a good job by the Ridge Red Devils, able to defend that free kick.
Now Caitlin Adams playing it back to Senator. Senator with the cross. Ball falls to Shea Safer again. And Anna Hess with the clearance, and it's going to go back to Ava Gillikin. Now, Hunterdon Central just controlling the ball. They're not afraid anymore. They've got that insurance goal. And the Hunterdon Central Red Devils, they're just going to look, create chances, pass that ball around. Right there, Caitlin Adams' cleat just falling off.
And I think a big reason is that you're playing the Group 4 finals. You're playing at Kean University. The nerves, the emotions, just you needed those first 10 minutes to settle into this game.
And Caitlin Adams just playing without the cleat. Now the ref still hasn't stopped play. And Caitlin Adams is going to get checked off. And coming on is going to be Kylie Rossler.
Rossler, a player, she originally started the season at the JV level, but through her hard work and her play, Coach Calhoun identified her as a player she needed to bring up on varsity.
On.
See Hunterdon Central making another mistake with the Ridge Red Devils, unable to capitalize off this. And also, what Hunterdon Central does great, if they make a mistake, there's another player there right there to cover for them.
Shea Safer with the long ball. Karina Zulo still running back towards that ball.
So under 2 minutes left to go here at Kean University. Hunterdon Central up 2-0.
Now Lorenzo, something I've noticed was today such a beautiful day, and now it's so cold out here, and for these players, it seems like the players on the bench, they are starting to get a little bit chilly.
I don't blame them. I'm getting chilly up here in the booth, and I'm regretting not bringing a jacket. Such a beautiful day in the beginning. A good job here by Noelle Golden, able to clear this ball away. That's going to be a throw and handled by number 13, Julia Lindsay for Ridge.
Well, Lorenzo, I guess you should have listened to your mother today. Ball that just slips through everyone and ends up being in the hands of Ava Gillikin. Now less than a minute left in this first half. The Red Devils just shutting out, or excuse me, the Hunterdon Central Red Devils just shutting out Ridge. 2-0, Lorenzo. 2-0 in this first half.
And Ridge, they've been such a great team defensively throughout the year. They've only given up 13 goals throughout the entire season. At Hunterdon Central, able to get 2 of them in the first half alone. Now under Ridge, they're going to try to rush, try to get a goal with the last 20 seconds left. Obviously, good job here by Samantha Senator, able to trying to get a ball to Karina Sula. She's going to fight for it. Now it's going to be cleared away by Ridge. It's going to be a throw in on the right side with time clicking out. Looks like Hunterdon Central, they're not going to rush to take this throw. They're going to be extremely satisfied with this 2-0 lead.
And Hunterdon Central, in their earlier game in this state championship, they played the Mariners. They scored 2 in the first half and ended up scoring another 2 in the second half. So, Lorenzo, do you think it's going to repeat themselves? Because right now, the Hunterdon Central Red Devils are just super confident with this 2-goal lead.
I agree, it's tough. Hunterdon Central, they like to play aggressive on offense no matter the lead. But I think at some point, around the 30-minute mark in the second half, you want to take some players back and move them back on defense and conserve that 2-0 lead.
Well, this concludes the first half. Hunterdon Central leading 2-0 against the Ridge Red Devils. And first beautiful goal by Bree Pavel. Now, Lorenzo, do you have any comments on this goal?
I think Hunterdon Central, they came out here and they capitalized on opportunities. And these were far kicks. They came off for 2 free kicks, and Sarah Hazard taking that volley from about the 30-yard line. And really, there's not much you can do for Ridge if you're going to try to defend that.
Yes, and Sarah Hazard just scoring that screamer. And right now, Hunterdon Central up 2-0. And going into the second half, this is going to be a great game. Just seeing Ridge trying to make a comeback. So I'm Fernando Rodriguez here with Lorenzo Descala, and we'll get back to you with the second half action.
Grace has some pretty stellar arms, like Serena Williams good, but her face is pretty disgusting.
Someone please tell him to go back into his closet and leave us alone.
Brittany's face is so stupid and I hate her so much. It's like a scientist created her in a lab to annoy humanity and didn't even do that good of a job.
Megan reminds me of a troll doll that came to life intent on killing us with her stupidity.
Why is Grace's head so big? It definitely has nothing to do with how smart she is and probably everything to do with how bloated she is.
He's so funny! Just kidding. Who would find this disfigured flamingo funny?
Never post a selfie of yourself. You look so ugly.
The only reason you have so many views is because we think you're a freak and we can't look away.
Megan is the main reason that the world sucks so much.
I would rather get cancer than listen to another Trevor Moran song.
You are a mistake. You should have never been born.
Drown yourself in a shallow puddle, please.
Wow, I hope she's sterile.
These really stopped being funny a long time ago.
You're so much more than the things that people say about you.
Those people have no right to say cruel things to you to make themselves feel better.
It's okay that you sound different than everyone else.
That's what makes you so special.
We will not tolerate it.
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 Every day, people make me feel like I stand out simply because of the way that I look.
Every day people make me feel small.
Every day I face the cruel words of bullying.
And every day people tell me that I'm brave for enduring this humiliation.
But we're not the brave ones.
It's the ones that say no to the bullying.
The witnesses.
If we all join together, there's nothing that we can't do.
We will no longer be the silent majority.
When we see bullying online,
We will let the world know that we're going to take action with the I.
Now, when you see online bullying, there's something you can do about it.
Our actions will overpower cruel words.
I am a witness.
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 There is power in words.
But it's nothing compared to the power of the actions that we put behind our words.
Visit eyewitnessbullying.org to learn more.
I am a witness, and so are you.
I'm gonna stand by you.
You're watching HGTV, Go Central.
Hello everyone and welcome back to Alumni Field here at Kean University, home of the Cougars, as your Hunterdon Central Red Devils continue to take on the Ridge Red Devils. Hunterdon Central up 2-0 in this Group 4 final. They have had 2 goals scored, one from Bree Pavel off a free kick and another from Sarah Hazard, and both of these kicks coming from long range, and they have done a fabulous job setting up this offense. And this Ridge defense, you are highlighting it throughout the entire preseason and throughout But before the game started, they have such a great defense, only let off 13 goals, and now Hunterdon Central getting 2. It is going to be a great start. And for Hunterdon Central Television, I'm Lorenzo Descala here with Fernando Rodriguez.
Now the Hunterdon Central Red Devils will be kicking this ball off.
And sister Katie.
Now clear foul there against Hannah Merlo.
And I see Ridge making a change at goalie, but that's something they do every game. Checking in at goalie is going to be number 0, Katie Grierson.
Now Bree Pavel will be taking this free kick for the Red Devils.
You know, Hunterdon Central, they like to start off these halves fast, and then they're going to try to get one more goal just to kick this game off, kick this half off, and try the nail in the coffin against the Ridge Red Devils.
Yes, and one more goal right here in the second half would basically kill Ridge. Now Sarah Hazard playing that ball up towards Shea Seifert. Seifert getting closed off, decides to play it back to Merlo.
And I see the way Ridge is playing, the energy, the enthusiasm they have back there. They're acting like this game just started, still 0-0.
A ball is going to fall all the way back. Cleared by the Red Devils, or excuse me, the Hunterdon Central Red Devils.
And now as for announcers, we're going to have to try to concentrate on saying the right Red Devils. We also have to concentrate on the game. Also, we have to concentrate on staying warm. It's becoming a cold night here at Kean University.
And also being so previously, it was previously so warm. And right there, great save by Ava Gillikin.
And Ava Gillikin, that looked like a risky play from the decision. She came out, but she made once she made that decision go out, she went with it, and what a great decision that was, because you would have had one-on-one with the Ridge player.
And right here, I'm just trying to focus on staying warm, and right there, Ava Gillikin, she's right there being tested for the first time in the second half. Now Gillikin seems like she will be kept warm in the second half. Ridge are just going to give it their all, and they're going to try putting all their firepower up top to get back into this game.
And so this is the same way the game originally started. Ridge controlling the ball in the first 10 minutes, and they have done a great job so far controlling it in the first 3 minutes.
Now clear foul there against Bree Pavel. And it seems like it's going to go in favor for Hunterdon Central.
Now see Bree Pavel with the free kick. Trying to find Sarah Hazard. Good header there by the Ridge player.
Now Amanda Hess lays it off. Ball comes back to Hess. Miscommunication there by the Ridge players. And now it's Sarah Hazard with the ball. Luciana Zulo making the run. And cut off by number 12, Maddie Louie. Now it's Zulo again with the ball. Just getting past Louie. Decides to put in a nice low crossing, cleared by Ridge. Now it's Caitlin Adams on the ball.
Now see Samantha Senator is going to weave between the defense, trying to get this ball to the left wing for Luciana Zulo.
Hazard doing a great job finding Zulo, and Zulo trying to play in a cross towards her sister.
So the ball just did not have enough power to get over, died in the middle of the field, and now we see Ridge setting up for a counterattack. Miscommunication, Hannah Merlo setting up and intercepting this pass.
And great job there by Maddie Louie, clearing that ball.
And Maddie Louie, she needs to understand that you cannot stop Luciana Zulo, but you can slow her down, and by doing that, you just take these passes, you put them out of bounds, and you allow your defense to set up behind you.
Now Shea Seifert heading the ball. Great job by Anna Hess, and Hess is going to try to hustle towards that ball. Bree Pavel having a hard time getting to that, and Ridge still on the attack. shot here, and it's going to be an easy one for Ava Gillikin. Now, first 5 minutes passing by, just filled with action every second. Now Caitlin Adams on the ball again. Noelle Golden with the header. Now Shea Seifert. Kenzie Mullins on the ball. Hazard playing a nice long ball, but it's going to be an easy one for Ridge.
So the good decision by Katie Gerson. She's able to identify where that ball is going to land, able to step up and take it away. But on the goal kick, good job by Hunterdon Central. This is what they do. They pressure these goal kicks, and they're usually able to take the ball away. See Caitlin Adams will be on the right wing. She's trying to put this ball down, trying to find Luciana Solo. Well defended by Ridge, trying to set up on a counterattack. And pushing this ball down, screen, footplay screen, Hannah Merlo. And Merlo is able to clear this ball away. It's going to be cleared away by number 7, Anna Hess, running after that ball. She's going to rush this throw in.
Now, great cross, but then great job by Hunterdon Central defending.
Also on that cross, as great as the pass it was, there's no one on the other end to receive it.
Now ball to Maddie Louie. Louie playing in a cross. And Noelle Golden just covering, and it's going to be another easy one for Ava Gillikin.
It looked easy, but Ava Gillikin, she cannot decide whether to stay back or go out after it. And once she made the decision to go, it might have been. It was too late to make the easy save, but able to still make the save regardless. But she got banged up on the play. She's shaking off her left shoulder.
Now, Hazard, great job reacting quick. And it's going to be a foul in favor for Ridge. Now Lorenzo, if this game turns out carries on, if Ridge end up maintaining the way they keep playing, they could possibly be able to make a comeback. But as we saw earlier in that first half, they played well for the first 10 minutes, but then after that it seemed like they started to lose confidence.
I realized with losing confidence, Hunterdon Central was able to gain confidence as well, and that just led Hunterdon Central taking the momentum away from Ridge, able to get those 2 goals. Now see in the second half, they're going to try to do the same exact thing. Ridge dominating the possession of the ball in the first 10 minutes.
Now Dana Flood is going to come on for Caitlin Adams. Now Shea Seifert getting to that ball. Dana Flood doing a great job winning that throw-in for the Red Devils, or excuse me, the Hunterdon Central Red Devils.
I was throwing here to Mackenzie Mullins. And Mullins is going to pass this ball back to Shea Seifert. Seifert moving up to Hannah Merlo on the left wing. And now you see they're going to try to rush this ball to Luciana Sulo. But good job by Lou, able to get out there and pressure it. Now see Luciana with the song on the ref rewarding possession to Ridge though.
Now substitution here. And Molly Mahoney is going to check back into this game. Mahoney's such a pacey player. And right now they are giving her a break. Now Ridge are going to be looking forward to getting that ball to her. She's going to use her pace, get up that field, and cross that ball in hopes of converting.
Now see Ridge, they're going to pass this ball back to the back line, try to get this offense set up.
Now Keefe on the ball, decides to play it back to Louie. And Noelle Golden getting to that header, and now it's Hunterdon Central's ball.
Now see Mackenzie Mullins going to be running the offense here, and she's going to put this out to the right wing for Caitlin Adams.
Now Coach Calhoun dropping Mullins back to where she started playing in the beginning of the year, to that central attacking midfielder position.
And that's really the versatility that this team has. They have so many options you can bring off the bench. And when you bring these players off the bench into that striker spot, you can take another striker and move it back to the midfield to play defense. And now we can just note that the talent Ridge has on their roster. So they have Allie Friederman. She's committed to Lehigh Valley. She's going to take a break here. So Ridge having an opportunity at the goal, but well defended by the Red Devils, or the Hunterdon Central Red Devils. Now it's going to be a goal kick here for Ava Gillikin. And back to what I was saying, they have Allie Friederman committed to Lehigh Valley, Julia Lindsay committed to Colgate, Olivia Miller committed to Loyola, and then they have two juniors, Eric Keefe committed to Lehigh, and Caitlin Madden committed to Alabama. So they have all these star players. They're going to be moving on to D1. Just in this final, they just haven't been able to put it together against the Hunterdon Central Red Devils.
Yes, and something we've noticed is Coach Calhoun, she's got all these amazing players. She got the pieces, and as you've mentioned before, she put those pieces together.
And that's one of my favorite things to say. And it's hard because when you have players with such talent, sometimes they don't mesh well. Sometimes you can't find the right spots for them. This team, it didn't just come together so nicely. The chemistry has been there. These players, they play their roles perfectly.
Now dangerous play there, not halted by the ref. Now it's going to be Luciana Zulo on the ball again. Luciana trying to get in, and it seemed like Luciana Zulo was about to cut in and take a shot. And Luciana Zulo, just a left-footed player right there. Ridge knew if they would have allowed her to cut back in, it would have been a dangerous opportunity.
I think it's going to be tough on Ridge to make this comeback on the year. Hunterdon Central has given up under 1 goal a game. Now you're asking Ridge to get 2 more with under 30 minutes left to go.
And don't forget, you're asking them to score 2 more against Hunterdon Central.
And this back line, handled by Noelle Golding, Bree Pavel, they've been playing lockdown defense throughout this game.
And you can see the chemistry is there. Noelle Golden, she stays back. Pavel, she moves up a little bit. Now Dana Flood playing that ball in towards Karina Zulo. Zulo lays it back off, and offside called here against Dana Flood. Now, first 13 minutes of the game have passed by. Hunterdon Central still leading 2-0.
I've seen this happen. It's come down to a defensive stalemate, and if you're Hunterdon Central, you're perfectly happy with that. Now see Ridge on the attack.
And they've got Anna Hess on the wing.
Now see Hess just losing control of the dribble. Hunterdon Central setting up a counterattack of their own, trying to set up a ball down the middle for Luciana Sulo. It's going to be handled here by the goalkeeper. Now see the ref, they're going to halt play for the moment as number 10, Emily Keefe falls.
Now Keefe, she's got that powerful leg right there, just sending that ball down the field. And it ends up being a ball for Ava Gillikin.
Now Ava Gillikin with the throw down to the right side for Senator. Now Senator trying to get a ball down there for Karina Sulo, well defended by Ridge.
Now ball out to Luciana Zulo. Now Shea Safer trying to find Karina Zulo.
Safer just put too much on that ball. Karina Sulo unable to go out there and get it.
Now coming off will be Shea Safer, and coming back onto the field is Caitlin Adams.
But now for Ridge, they're going to try to get back into the game. They're going to ask Amanda Cox, their leading assist person with 8 assists on the year. They're going to ask her to try to set up some more teammates.
And that ball by Amanda Kiwi, you heard that sizzle through the air. Great job by Luciana Zullo recovering that ball. Zullo getting taken out here again. And that's going to be a yellow card.
Now see, with that yellow card, it's going to be number 12, Maddie Lou, coming off the field. Maddie Lou has been doing a great job against Luciana Zullo this entire game. Now, Ridge, they're going on their bench. They're going to be asking number 16, Catherine Agar, to handle Luciana Zullo, and that's no easy task. To be Pavel with the free kick.
Now ref just making sure everything is in order. Now the ref making sure they're 10 yards away from Pavel. Pavel playing it short to Luciana Zullo. Zullo with the cross in. Hunterdon Central unable to convert off this beautiful set piece.
And so Luciana showing why she has 18 assists on here. What a beautiful cross that was in. Mackenzie Mullins just unable to get the heel of her foot to that ball. And I see the Ridge player here clearly just pushed off a Hunterdon Central player, just no foul called.
Now ball towards Anna Hess.
And it's deflected out of bounds by Hunterdon Central.
Now it's going to be Molly Mahoney with the throw-in. Mahoney's got strong arms. She whoops that ball in. Great job by Samantha Senator to clear that ball. Hazard getting a header on the ball. Luciana Zullo doing a great job containing. Now it's Ridge on the attack. Anna Hess floating in a cross, and it's going to be another easy one for Ava Gillikin.
And the struggle on offense for Ridge has been documented throughout this entire season. They have had 14 games where they've scored 1 or fewer goals, and in 4 of those games they have been shut out.
And Karina Zullo, Dana Flood, or Karina Zullo just taking that shot. My bad, I'm just confused right there. Karina Zullo just unexpectedly taking that ball away and converting for Hunterdon Central. Now it seems like it's over for Ridge. The Hunterdon Central Red Devils just making it 3-0.
And see Dana Flood, she didn't make a play on that ball. And that ball was trying to get cleared to right by Ridge. The ball she deflected off the side of her head. Looked like she was a little bit hurt, but that's enough. Karina Zullo perfectly for the one-on-one with the goalie, and able to put that on the back of the net. Great job by Karina Zullo, the freshman, getting the goal in the finals.
And Karina Zullo, as you mentioned, only a freshman. That's her 15th goal of the season.
Now, see, seems like might be bragging rights at this point because Karina Zullo has 1 goal. Her older sister Luciana doesn't have any yet.
And now you're starting to see some of the Ridge fans just starting to leave the stands. Quite an upset here for them.
Ridge in their first matchup in the first game of the year. Actually, I'm going to pause because Karina Zullo has another breakaway opportunity.
And she's got her sister Luciana on the other side waiting, and she floats that cross in. Zullo wide open. She takes a shot right here, and she is going to be beating herself after that one.
And you saw there, she was trying to get that ball off her right foot, just not able to get enough power behind it.
Now, something I'm going to comment on is the psychological effects are getting to Ridge. They're down 3-0. After that third goal, now now they have to deal with watching their fans just walking away on them.
And it's no easy sight here for the Ridge fans. I saw Ridge, they're just completely dominating this game in the first 10 minutes. I saw Ridge, they got that first game against Hunterdon Central in the season opener, won that 1-0. It seems like, maybe Ridge, they had a chance. They just had Hunterdon Central figured out, but the Red Devils shut that down after the first 10 minutes.
And now, Lorenzo, we've seen many of these games just go into overtime. And it seems like the Hunterdon Central Red Devils, they just do a good job just taking advantage from all these opportunities that they have.
And Hunterdon Central, they have taken 300 shots on the year. That's 88 more than Ridge. So Hunterdon Central, they know how to get shots on the goal. And it's so many offensive threats, so many options that you have on that offensive side. It's so hard to defend. That's going to be a free kick here for number 4, Allie Friedman. Friedman with the free kick. And she's going for that shot, just puts too much on that ball, sails it through the uprights.
And that free kick just right outside the box, almost a penalty.
And so this is just a missed opportunity by Ridge.
Now it's going to be Bree Pavel with the free kick. Now 20 minutes left on the clock, but it seems like this game has already ended for the Ridge Red Devils. Now Anna Hess on the ball again, trying to get past Hannah Merlo. Now ball towards Luciana Zulo. Then Zulo just getting past the players.
Now see Luciana, she's going to be taken out on that. She got taken out on that play, but no foul called. And now for this Hunterdon Central's coaching staff, you want to give credit to the entire staff. It starts at the top with the head coach, Coach Calhoun, and then our assistants, Miss Danita and then Mr. Delisle, and also another assistant coach, Mr. Canino. All have done a great job coaching this Hunterdon Central team to a 21-1 record, and now it seems like they're going to a Group 4 final as well.
Now, checking into the game is Brianna Floyd. No dangerous play here against Amanda Cox. And it's going to be a free kick for the Red Devils. Now it's going to be another one for Pavel here. Now ref blows a whistle. Now Luciana Zulo close on the end. Pavel taking another shot. Hits off the crossbar. And just Ridge getting lucky there. Pavel could have scored an amazing goal.
Now see Ridge setting up a strong counterattack right off bat, but well defended by Noelle Golden. That ball actually hits the ref, so it's going to allow Mackenzie Bones to get out and set up. Let's see Karina Sulo on the right wing. She's going to be setting up across here for Luciana Sulo. But now cleared away by Ridge. And clearing that ball was number 12, Maddie Lou. Lou checking back in after a yellow card.
No, great job by Shay Seyfert. Still fighting for that ball, getting taken out. Now this game is starting to get 30.
And it's just coming from Ridge, just the frustrations. This is your second year back in the finals. They thought it was going to be a competitive game. Hunterdon Central, they came out with those 3 goals. Now Ridge, they're just playing frustrated at this point.
Yes, and for Hunterdon Central, revenge must be feeling so sweet here in the final. Losing their first game 1-0, and now they're going to be winning their last game 3-0.
But I wouldn't say 3-0 yet. The way this Hunterdon Central's offense has been playing so far, I wouldn't be surprised to get them, see them get another goal.
And Lorenzo, you are right on that one. The way Hunterdon Central have been playing, they can manage to score another goal. Now Zulo on the ball again. Puts a beautiful ball through the defense.
So at Hunterdon Central, it doesn't matter the league. They're going to stay aggressive on offense. Sarah Hazard with the hazard to Luciana Zulo. Luciana Zulo heading down the left wing. She's going to cross it back down to Sarah Hazard.
And ref says play on. Great job there by Karina Zulo, falling back. Now Hunterdon Central's defense just on lockdown in the second half. And Hannah Merlo not afraid to go in for that ball. And it's going to be a throw-in for the Hunterdon Central Red Devils. Now ref is going to halt play for these substitutions. Coming off is Luciana Zulo.
Luciana Zulo getting a round of applause. She deserves it. Such a well-played game by Luciana Zulo, and really for her entire Hunterdon Central Red Devils career.
Now ref blows the whistle and the game is underway again.
Now for Ridge, this is their second year in a row coming to the finals. Central, this is their second in the last 3 years. Last time they were here in 2014, they fell to Montclair 2-1.
No. Molly Mahoney on the ball again. Mahoney just looking to create some space and put in a cross.
And a lot of these players on the field, they were on this varsity team last year, but the improvement they made, they went from 17-4-1 to 21-1, and that's really been the big difference here. And along with that, they have scored 20 more goals than they did last year.
Now it's going to be a throw-in here for the Hunterdon Central Red Devils. And now Ridge on the ball. And it seems like they just keep giving away possession on all of these important plays. Now Kiwi with the long ball, and it's going to go to Golden again. Now Amanda Cox. Ball goes out wide. Hunterdon Central doing a great job pressuring. Dangerous play there. Foul blown by the ref, and it's going to go in favor for the Ridge Red Devils. Now ref blows the whistle. And it's going to be a perfect field goal here for the Ridge Red Devils.
Now, see, unfortunately, in this game of soccer, that's just going to be a goal kick for Ava Gillikin. Or my apologies, Bree Pavos, they have her handle.
Turning to Ridge, number 7, Anna Hess.
Now coming on, Ridge just making more changes here. Coming on will be Anna Hess and Emma Whiteman. Nice long kick by Bree Pavel. Brianna Floyd unable to control the ball. Now Ridge on the ball again. Great job by Shea Safer, just falling back. She might have not gotten to that ball, but she slowed down the play a little bit more.
Now you see here, Hunterdon Central just under 13 minutes left to go in this game. They're not going to let up the hustle or their pace. They're going to try to get as many goals on the board as they can. And as we noted before, this is a revenge game. And they want to try to beat Ridge by as many as possible.
And great tackle there by Hannah Merlo. And it's going to be a corner kick for the Ridge Red Devils. Now 12 minutes left on the clock. Hunterdon Central leading the game 3-0. And this is a final game, and we know Hunterdon Central does not show any mercy when it comes to these state games.
I see Ridge trying to get this header in, but taking that shot off the volley, and it goes through the uprights once again. And I see, well, it's not impossible. It's most definitely improbable for Hunterdon Central, for Ridge to get back into this game, but if they want to, they really need to capitalize on opportunities like this.
It's another goal kick. And now this is the first we've heard from the Central fans. And this has been such a good game. Crowd has been quiet, just paying attention, watching, even though Hunterdon Central is leading 3-0. This game hasn't been totally in their favor. It's just been that Ridge cannot convert off any opportunities. A great job there by Dana Flood and Brianna Floyd, just double teaming the Ridge's player.
And as you're saying, they're unable to convert, and they have good opportunities on the goal. And Hunterdon Central, they're bending, but they would not break on defense, and they still have this shutout going with just 10 minutes left to go. So you try and find Karina Sulo on the right wing. This ball is going to be taken out by Ridge. Actually, my apologies, going to be out against Karina Sulo, so a throw-in coming for a Ridge. Taking this throw-in is going to be Aaron Keefe.
And now, just keep in mind, this is the last game of the season right here, the state championship, and all of these players, they just want to leave it all out on the field. They're going to pour their hearts out. And Luciana Zulo, she's gonna be coming on, it seems, for the last 10 minutes of the game. And for Luciana Zulo, just coming on for those last 10 minutes before she goes to South Carolina for a full ride.
I'm saying Luciana Zulo, she's gonna be continuing her career at South Carolina, and some other players, Mackenzie Mullen, she's gonna be continuing her career at West Point, and Sarah Hazard will be playing for Bucknell.
Yes, and what a great way just to leave your school on a positive note, winning the state championship. Now handball there, but Luciana Zulo still on the ball, puts in another cross. And now a long ball for Ridge. Now Molly Mahoney on the ball. And Mahoney is going to take a shot. And it's going to be another one for Gillikin.
See, it's an easy save for Gillikin. So Mahoney just try and take that shot from too far and let it right to Gillikin.
Now ball for Allie Friedman, and she's going to play it back. Shay Safer winning the header.
See, and we were talking about before that the Ridge fans, a majority of them has left, but these Hunterdon Central fans, they have not left. They know this game's over. They're going to stay here for every minute to watch Hunterdon Central come out with the victory in this final.
And now Luciana Zulo on the ball again, and she's going to weave around that ball. Now Zulo trying to open up some space, just getting past the entire Ridge defense. Decides to take a shot. Now what a goal that would have been if that did end up going. She just weaved around all these defenders like if they were cones in a training session.
See there, Luciana just showing that skill set she has. It's so hard to find in players.
Now Marlowe playing the ball up to Zulo. Ball is going to go out of bounds. Now, clock ticking down.
And I was saying it before that, soccer, it's a team game, but you can have individual players have moments where they shine and take over the game. And Luciana Zulo, she has that skill set, but she used that skill set to set up her teammates. And that's such an incredible play, because when you have a superstar player who's able to allow other players around her to shine, it really leads to a winning formula.
Now Molly Mahoney with the throw in.
So good job by Bree Powell. Just going to let this ball roll out of bounds. This will be a goal kick here. So the ref's going to stop the players and allow Karina Sulo to make out of tie her shoes. And also Shay Safer's going to check out of the game for Mackenzie Mullins.
And Coach Calhoun is going to put in Mackenzie Mullins. Just give her her last 6 minutes here. Now, Karina Zulo getting to that ball, doing a great job on the Maradona spin, and plays it out wide. Now, great attempt to put a cross in by Brianna Floyd.
And also, tomorrow night, the Hunterdon Central Red Devils boys soccer team, they're going to be playing against Scotch Plains Fanwood here at Kean University. As we a corner kick here for Karina Zulo.
And for Karina Zulo, this is just the beginning of her high school career for the Hunterdon Central Red Devils.
And it really is a scary thought. Karina, she's already so good already, but now she's going to have time to develop and get better. And you can only wonder, what's her limit and what's her ceiling?
And at the end of her high school career, it's going to be nice to just compare her and her sister and see which one of them were the better of the two.
Now see checking in the game, number 2, Amanda Cox. Cox, a senior, so she's going to get her final 5 minutes of high school soccer.
Yes, and even though her team is losing, you just have to love this sport. It's fun to watch, it's fun to play, and win or lose, both of these teams have just worked so hard. They're all winners.
So this ball is going to be out of bounds on Shay Safer.
Out of bounds on Caitlin Adams. Excuse me.
My apologies. Thank you for that correction.
Now ball cut out by Hannah Merlo. And it seems like Ridge is going to give it their all in these last few minutes. Ball played out towards number 19, Molly Mahoney, called offside.
Now in the record books, this is going to go down by the 40th loss for the head coach of Ridge, Kate Donahue. We have to give her all the credit. In her 10-year span, she's going to go 159 wins, 40 losses, and 25 ties.
And Karina Zulo flicking that ball up. Now 2 handballs in a row there by Mahoney.
And you saw though, that's just going to be a rough call for the ref because those players, they have their backs to the ref.
Now not sure what was going through Dana Flood's head. She could have just tapped that ball through towards Karina Zulo. Noelle Golden clearing that ball. Now Zulo just missing the header. Now something I've noticed from Mahoney is she tends to stay offside, and right now she is being a little bit of that lazy attacker. Now free kick in favor of the Ridge Red Devils. Now Lorenzo, if these girls, and 99.9% chance they are going to win this game, and then now the boys are going to come and play here again tomorrow. So this would be Hunterdon Central's best way of just proving how good they are at soccer if the boys end up winning tomorrow too.
And it really is. And just the odds that both your soccer teams make it to the finals, and but now both of them can win, the odds are stacked against them to make that happen. But I see the girls team getting such a big victory here, it's going to give some momentum to the boys.
Now corner put in, and Ava Gillikin punching that ball away. And I like to say this is Hunterdon Central's soccer era. Just their boys program and their girls program have been doing so well. And you've got to give it to those coaches, as you've said earlier too, just putting all these pieces together. Hunterdon Central just filled with all these gifted players.
Now see Fernando, just over a minute left to go. And not only for some of this girls for me the last time playing the game, this is going to be my last time commentating for the girls team. And I gotta say, Fernando, thank you so much. It's been an honor commentating this game with you.
Yes, and for me it's been an honor. We've seen both of these teams grow, and then for us, just me and you, we've gotten so much better throughout this season. Now clock ticking down, Hunterdon Central fans going crazy down there.
Fans, they're pumped up. They're ready to see their team become the Group 4 final champions.
Luciana Zulo on the ball again. And she is a left-footed player, and she is going to break away out wide. Floats in across, just too far for Karina Zulo. Zulo with another shot.
Saved there by the goalie. She's in perfect position to stop that one. Well, the fans are hyped up. There's only let's hear them count down for the championship.
And the Red Devils have won it here tonight. Now Lorenzo, this amazing game, 3-0 against the Ridge Red Devils. Ridge upset here tonight.
And so you have to give credit to both these teams. They came out and they played their hearts out on this year. Just Hunterdon Central capitalizing on their opportunities, and they are victorious.
Now Hunterdon Central just proving their worth, coming back, sweet revenge here in the final. Just coming back, the Ridge Red Devils beat them 1-0 in the first game, and now here at the end of the season, end of the day, Hunterdon Central end up pulling that win 3-0 against the Ridge Red Devils.
Now for these players, they're rewarded every game, every practice, every extra hour studying and film. It all comes out to this. They are the Group 4 champions.
Yes, and what a way for Luciana Zulo and all these seniors just to go. All of these just committed to Division 1, and it feels good just to leave being a champion.
And now this team, this 2016 girls Red Devils team, their legacy is going to be known throughout Hunterdon Central, throughout its history.
And this concludes our last game for the girls soccer team, and they've been doing such a great job. Luciana Zulo just showing her worth out there on the field. Bree Pavel scoring a beautiful free kick. Sarah Hazard just putting a beautiful goal into the back of the net from around 30 yards out, 25 yards out. And then Karina Zulo just with her soccer instinct just getting to that ball and converting.
And now we see the Red Devils team, they're going to be rewarded with their trophy after the state championship. I see them get one final picture together with that trophy.
And right there, you've got your Group 4 champions just getting ready for that picture. Hunterdon Central with the win at the end of the day.
Now congratulations to our Hunterdon Central Red Devils, the Group 4 final champions. Now for Hunterdon Central Television, I'm Lorenzo Scala here with Fernando Rodriguez, saying have a great night from Alumni Field here at Kean University.